lot of money is going to come into the crypto market, and especially projects with utility. And that's why we are going to see massive fluctuations in the price of XRP. As Bitcoin breaks above this one, that's going to be a bullish signal to the entire market. But if Bitcoin is getting resisted by this 200-day moving average, which would be near $44,000, that's going to be again a consolidation range for the Bitcoin market. And you don't have to worry about that. Why? Because the altcoin still has room to run. When the Bitcoin consolidates, altcoin market will move higher. And if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, it's kind of sure for you that the altcoin market is going to take a run to the upside because the Bitcoin is at the resistance. Now, there are things which you need to understand for XRP as it is going to move higher in the coming months. Now, recent fluctuation would be taking this break here, and as we break, we are eyeing $1.82, which was the previous high. And then, yes, after that resistance line, which is being validated in multiple charts, we are looking at the previous all-time high of 3.8 and then a pump towards the next high, which would be $6 to $10, and then the top of wave 2 of around $15-16 towards $20 mark. And all of this may happen within next 170 days. Now remember, once we hit that high, this 170 days is bottom to bottom. So after hitting that top, we would be back down to the low in 170 days. So do you actually want to take your profits somewhere near the top, or do you really want to take it at the bottom? Because based on XRP fluctuation, that 170 days of fluctuation shows you are coming to the bottom, and then another 70 days you kind of get to move the price to the upside based on history. So let's actually go in detail to the charts and explain what we see here in the charts, because it's really important as the current affairs and the scenario around the globe is turning. That's now really important as we look at these and your money and how to preserve and grow it in the current atmosphere. It's really important that you understand these right now, because if you are late, this is going to change. Money is entering the crypto market. If you look at this particular tweet from Digital Gen Financial Services, you can actually see most of the financial advisors are kind of slowly turning, in which 26% are planning on recommending crypto assets to their clients. So the money is slowly moving in to crypto. Why? Because the fiat money is not as same as it is. This news kind of highlight you that US manufacturers haven't seen prices jump like this since 1979. So there you get it, like the inflation, the price increase is going up substantially, and even the Fed right now is slowing down the transitionary inflation, all those blah blah blah. They're kind of changing it because they understand, okay, this is here to stay for some time, and that's going to hit a lot of guys who are not prepared. Now, given this scenario, you kind of get this from Finance News. Let's all please stop calling dollars fiat money. Now, they are getting nervous. They are really getting nervous because they have a ton of dollars and dollar coined assets. So if that's to go away, what's going to come in? So that's the new financial infrastructure with the central bank digital currency and some utility projects which are going to act as reserves, in which XRP is going to be the bridge asset. As we all know, 40 to 50 central banks working with Ripple the company, and some of them piloting XRP project is not a bad deal, because unlike many of the projects, XRP is not designed as just a crypto asset. It is not issued by a country, and that's why it denotes like this. We have explained it previously. Look at gold, XAU, look at silver, XAG. Now look at XRP. Then you have other assets, XLM, XDC. Yes, there are other assets which do have this kind of potential and similar structuring. Now, when that money flow as we just saw here, because of the inflation, if you have inflation, think the money is going to move out of bank. If you are going to lose 10% of your money in the bank in a quarter or a month, that's unacceptable. So, if it's actually not great for you as an investor or even as a common man, you're thinking like, okay, that's really not acceptable for me, and I'm gonna move my money into an area where it's gonna preserve its purchasing power. And right now, as we just saw, crypto is one among them. So more and more money is gonna come into the market. Now let's zoom in here and see what are we looking at. See, right now, if we look at the top to the bottom of this fluctuation, we got kind of close to the next top. Now it's the same trend pattern analysis getting extended using the time series. Any of these tools which you use, it comes from the price. It calculates the price fluctuation and plots it. So now, to get the ease of this, again top to the bottom. Now if you plot this correctly, you came some way close to the top, so you can consider that as an average, a little bit above or a little bit below, but it's going to come closer to that. Now you do the same and you kind of get this pointing you towards a range of $7. So say $6 to $9 mark is what you are looking at for a repeated pump up, if we are going to still stay inside this trend even when we go up. Now that's for the next impulsive move. Now at that same time, when we see the altcoin market generally is going to go up higher and the Bitcoin dominance is falling lower to this particular leg or this completion, mostly it would be this leg where it's going to be the wave 2 pump day. Now that wave 2 pump for a lot of different assets will sound like different, but for XRP here, you are looking like this. Now I'll actually explain you why that is so. See, this top to the bottom, meaning the 2017-2018 top to the bottom here, which we put in the March 2020, that's going to take us somewhere near $16 towards $20. Now say 40 into 20, because that's kind of the average which we are looking at. Chances are higher that we are going to go above that. Now why is that? You can actually look at this in a way that, okay, fine, what does we learn from the history? So if you look at this in history, if you take the percentage of fluctuation from the top to the bottom here, you got somewhere near to the wave 2. Now you take the second bounce, you got somewhere closer to that of the wave. Within the wave 2, you got the first fluctuation. So you can consider that as wave 1 of that macro wave 2 structure, and that's close enough. Fine. Now you zoom in and see the top to the bottom again. You went overextended above that to the roof. Then again you consider the top to the bottom, you went overextended to the top. So XRP is an asset that we all know gets extended because of euphoria and fear, meaning when it goes to the upside, the euphoric state is too much and it gets extended to the upside. So you are thinking about $69, it may go to $10, $11 and then correct back down before it actually goes to $16 to $20, $22. So when that is happening, are you positioned correctly? Because as you break out from here in this trend line, remember we reached that top in April, we were going down a little bit, came back, retested that top and consolidated there for some time. Now that consolidation is looking like, say for example, you entered into late May and dropped. Fine. So now that top was in May. Now this particular top which we put in was in May, right? So that's actually cool, because from that time you've been trending down, you reached the long-term support. Now that the price is moving higher and the RSI is showing you that it's breaking higher, coming back down, retesting and then bumping back up, that's looking bullish. Now from here to here you consolidated like 2 months to the downside, and maybe next 1 month we are going to retest, 1.5 months we are going to retest this $1.8 to $2 mark. Fine, that's just the consolidation from this top to the bottom and back up, right? Something similar to this. You reach the top, retest that one, drop, then slowly get back there, retest it, consolidate there, a little bit drop and then going back to the new high. So what we are expecting here is something similar, because here the support is rising. So as you go back up to that $1.82 mark and drop, you may not actually drop to that $0.5 mark. Instead, like this, you're gonna hold around $1, $1.2 or $0.8, right? And then bounce from there to that $6, $8, $10 mark, which would be just 10x from that level at that time. But for those who hold it from the bottom of this market cycle or in the accumulation range, they get to reap the maximum benefit. Those who bought in at 0.2 or those who have the average in between 0.2 to 0.3 are looking at 20, 30, 60x of their money as it pumps higher. Now, as we step back and look at this, we just got the breakout on a 3-day and the MACD is about to cross to the upside. So as the MACD on a 3-day cross to the upside, you're going to get more volume. With that volume, say right now you're somewhere around 0.7, and from there the $2 mark is like 300% in profit. Now if that's happening in the next couple of months, that's not a small deal. Which bank, which financial instrument is going to give you 300% in a month or two? Now, yeah, in crypto assets, you have a lot of them which may fluctuate so volatile upside, but the level of risk involved there is high. This is crypto asset. Now, most of the assets are highly risky if you don't know the fundamental of that. Now, you can just look at this. This is the bottom to bottom, and as we just talked, we anticipate that we are going to continue higher and then come back down. Now, the doubt here will be, right, okay, are we going to go to $6 to $10 mark or $6 to $9 mark and then come back down by this time frame, or are we going to reach that level 2 top, meaning the wave 2 top of $15 to $20 mark and then come back down? That's something we'll have to ride the wave and see how it's fluctuating, right? As we continue higher with this fluctuation, if it's taking less time to retest the top and then consolidate and break above that one, yeah, mostly we are going to do that wave 2 top and then come back down, right? So the chances are higher there. Now, as we continue in this one, now we know that the trend is continuing. We came here, we bounced, we came back, bounced, we came back, bounced. Now it looks like we are not coming back to retest that long-term support. Rather than that, we are going parabolic. Now at that level, when you look at the XRP chart like this, it's going parabolic. It's going parabolic. Fine. So as it goes parabolic, the price fluctuation has a lot of room to the upside. If it's actually taking this 1,520 days, it's gonna go really high. If the price is actually going too high, a lot of people will have hard time getting digested that. Say for example, if you actually zoom out, now this is on a 3-day chart, we can put that onto a weekly and look at it, right? Say this is the top of wave 2, like the top to the bottom of the cycle kind of projects us towards the top of wave 2, and within wave 2 you kind of get around a 60% drop, and then that takes you somewhere here. Fine. So what will that look like if we are going to get somewhere here and then say around $18-20, we're going to drop like 50-60% and then continue higher, right? So if you actually do the same, repeat the same to understand what it is showing you, this is what you're looking at. But understand this, the chart is showing you somewhere around $60-65, but last time it showed $1.5, but the price went to 3.8. So if you put that perspective here, you're still moving towards that $140-150 mark. Now, even if it goes to $100, that's like 100x for people who bought in at $1. Now the price is at 0.7 now. So if you are able to do that by $70, you are 100x your money, right? So if you bought in, think below 0.35, you're 200x. If you bought in near 1.5, that's standing. So as you continue higher, buying here and staying there in the market, giving the time in the market, you're going to see your portfolio compounding your profits. Say in wave 1, you happen to get 5 to 10x in your portfolio. It dropped, great. But in wave 2, when it goes higher, now your 5 or 10x is being compounded. They say those who enter now are going to get 3x to the $2 mark. Fine. So if your portfolio is already 100x, that's 6x for you. That's the difference. If you get 10x in wave 1 and then wave 2 do 5x, you're 50x upside your money. So guys, do think well before you invest, because in this market you have a lot of different assets to choose from. So while you choose your asset, your racehorse for the next year, don't misjudge and enter into the wrong asset, because you have fundamentals coming in, you have investors understanding the risk fundamentals to be understood before entering this market. If you remember an old tweet from Pomp, it was like, now Bitcoin is running high, great, but let investors understand the fundamental of XRP, and then you will see XRP moving. Now the time is coming, and I don't think the SEC case is going to be settled anytime soon. If it does, great, but if it doesn't, think like this: we are going to top out in wave 2 or at the top of the bull market, and then SEC is going to say, okay, that's fine, I think this is not a security, or they're going to solve this case there. And a lot of new people will be coming in to buy at the top and then ride it till the downside to the 3-4 years of bear market. We don't want to be one among them. We want to take the profit when we are at wave 2 top. We want to take the profit when we are near the wave 3 top. Step back out, right? Move into different alternative assets and preserve the purchasing power. Grow it from there. So guys, if you received value for your time, please do support the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.